Today we will look at some of the unimaginable atrocities committed by Roman emperors that they will never teach black people in schools. They will never teach African children about the atrocities committed by European kings and queens, but they would like to tarnish the image of African leaders. TikTok, this is for educational purpose and not to slander anyone or group of persons. Please take note, this is for educational purpose. Now, one of the Roman kings that did the most unimaginable was Emperor Nero. Nero ruled Rome from 54 AD until his death by suicide 14 years later. This Roman king consistently had sex with his biological mother, who gave herself willingly to him anytime he wants her or anytime she wants him. His mother, named Agrippina, do not care what people say in the Roman Republic as long as Nero and her are sexually satisfied. Now, when it comes to sexual activities, Emperor Nero was very perfect in it. Nero would dress up like an animal and lock himself in a cage inside his palace, and later his soldiers will release him, where he will crawl and start raping men and women in his palace to his sexual satisfaction. This same emperor kicked his second wife to death in the year 65 AD. Now, after doing this, he met a slave boy named Sporus, who looked exactly like his second wife, castrated the boy, had sex with him many times, and finally married him. Each time he wants to have sex with the slave boy, Emperor Nero will dress him up like a woman and order him to dance seductively. Another Roman emperor fond of atrocities was Emperor Tiberius. He ruled Rome from 14 AD to 37 AD. He was the stepson of Caesar Augustus. Tiberius trained young small boys in Rome just to satisfy his sexual desires. Now, whenever he wants to swim or bathe, he will instruct them to join him naked. He then asks them to lick every private part of his body for his own sexual gratification. He also sexually assaulted aristocratic women, causing one woman named Malonia such trauma that she was so frustrated and driven to commit suicide. I will tell you the truth today. Another emperor who many thought had mental disorder due to his high level of wickedness and atrocities was a Roman emperor named Emperor Caligula. Caligula ruled Rome from 37 AD to 41 AD. He had a great passion for women and gladiator games. He liked to watch people being tortured and executed, and derived so much pleasure executing his enemy. He lasted only for 4 years in power before he was assassinated. Now, during his reign, he normally had sex with the wives of his visitors and later publicly mocked their husbands on how he had sex with their wives. The same Caligula had sex with his sisters. One of his sisters, named Drusilla, was the one he enjoys the most. He started having sex since from childhood. Even when she got married, he forcefully took her from her husband. And when she died, he declared a whole year for all Romans to mourn her. He normally defeats his opposition by sending his sisters to seduce them sexually. When teaching African children about African leaders' atrocities, white supremacists will continuously avoid the ruthlessness and barbarism of their own white leaders and kings. Black man, know your history and wake up from your slumber.